Hi, welcome. Today I want to share with you all the things that I am planning to do before the new year starts. I have made a list, so let me share it with you. First of all, I want to do a digital declutter. It is not necessarily tied to the new year. I often declutter my phone and my computer and all the things. But yes, it's one of the things that I want to get done very soon. So I will be decluttering my phone. I don't want any pictures on there anymore. I'll be doing my computer and my iPad as well because I use my iPad for reading, and I want to remove all the books that I have read from the Gutenberg project because they're in my downloads and it's like very cluttered. That's what I will be doing digitally. Then I will be making a list of media I want to consume. So this is going to be media that I find interesting, that teaches me something, and this is to prevent myself wasting too much time looking for content to listen to, for example, when I'm cleaning or when I'm working out. So I will be making a YouTube playlist and a list of movies that I want to watch. Next, I will also be making a list of lectures online that I want to follow and that are available on websites of universities for free. I will also be making a book list, unread books that are on my shelf, and I'm going to do a library update to see if the last books that I purchased are in my library list. Next, I will be setting up my agenda for 2026. Let me show you my new agenda. This is the new design that I got for 2026, and it recreates an 1893 cover for a book of Shakespeare's poems. Designed during the heyday of the Art Nouveau movement, it shows the style's signature elegant curves and nature motifs. So in the beginning, we have this contact page and general calendar overview. These are the pages. So I'm going to make sure that all the appointments that have already been made are in here, and I may be adding some stickers to make things prettier. What else do I want to do? So I'm going to do a Tolkien project in 2026. So I want to reread all of the books that are not the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. So I'm going to redo the Silmarillion, I'm going to do Unfinished Tales, Beren and Luthien, the Fall of Gondolin, and so on. I'll try to kind of make a schedule for that as well. And next, I want to take a look at the books that I want to read aside from the book club schedule. So recently, I announced the book club schedule for 2026 that we're going to read with my book club on Patreon and Discord. I announced the titles, and of course, I'm going to be reading a lot more than those books alone. So I'm going to try and see what is the highest priority on my list. Next, I want to select some material for language learning. So I'm going to select podcasts and videos and reading material, especially short reading material. I want to find short stories and essays because they're easier to get through in another language. Next, I'm also going to do a composer a month project. So I'm going to pick one composer every month. For example, Johann Sebastian Bach. I'm going to listen to the music, and I'm also going to do a deep dive into the life of that composer. Next, I also want to do that with paintings. So I will make a list of my favorite paintings that I saw in museums. Whenever I visit a museum, I take pictures of the paintings that I love most, and I want to make a list of those paintings, and I also want to do a deep dive into one painting every month. So at the end of the year, I should have taken notes on 12 paintings. Next, I want to clean up my Notion platform. So I keep all of my information, my book reviews, essays, everything that I want to remember, I keep in a database called Notion. And I just want to make sure that everything is nice and clean for the next year. I may want to make some layout changes or add some new projects. Next, I want to update my author birthday list. So I have a list of my favorite authors and their birthdays. Why, you ask? Just because I love reading a little bit of a certain author at the date of their birth. So, for example, in February, I will be dedicating a special day for Victor Hugo's works. It may be a bit silly, but it's just, a nice way of remembering the author. I don't know. Next, I want to transfer my phone notes into Notion. So whenever I don't have paper or anything to write, I sometimes take notes in my phone. I want to make sure that that is completely empty and that I have transferred everything into Notion. And finally, I want to be checking my reading projects. So this year, I set up some different reading projects, like reading Zola, having listed his works, Oscar Wilde, having a list of his works, Victor Hugo. I want to make sure that I update that, and I will also be making a new Thomas Hardy list because I also want to have read all of his works. I'm very excited to get started, and yes, I will do a little bit now, but I am sure that I will not be getting everything done. So this will be a project for the coming days and weeks. Let's make a cup of green tea, and then I'm going to start working on my Notion and cleaning that up.